All right, this is Riker Smith again, just sharing a little bit more of what I thought about today. This is my second time recording this. I recorded for like 10 minutes and then realized that I didn't press the record button. Whoops. But here we go again. Hopefully it'll be better the second time. Maybe that's what I needed to do. But anyways, I'm on my way home from Utah, a little trip that I made to spend some time with an old mission companion and also another companion's wedding. A wedding of a friend that was really just a profound impact on me. Just seeing them making that commitment to each other and the relationship they had was very inspiring, and I was glad I went. But anyways, just to preface this inspiration, as I would call it, to understand a little bit of how inspiration comes, because all I was really doing is sitting in the car listening to Vocal Point, if you're familiar with them, an amazing a cappella group. And I was just sitting there breathing and being, and then it just hit me in a big way. We're like, wow, that's incredible. I need to write this down. So I did. Well, I guess I recorded it on my voice, but now I'm going to put it on video because I think it's amazing. It's something to share. But inspiration comes so easily, and we just need to make time for it. That's the thing, is I just don't think we make time. And so here I am sitting in the car. I put on some of my own, I would say, prayerful or inspirational music, and all I did was sit here. I mean, it really doesn't even take that much to think about. You don't really have to think hard. It just kind of comes when you're in a place to receive it. And so it did. And here it is. I realized the relationship that we have with our conscious and our subconscious mind. So I make a lot of mistakes, as I've said in previous videos. And I'm going through some mistakes that I've had now, but I'm doing something to overcome it. In which every time that I would make this mistake, I would go to a paper and a pen and I would write down the feelings that I had, the emotions that I felt, the things that went through my head, and really just how that mistake affected me. And you know as well as I do that every time we make a mistake, it doesn't feel too great. It never is a good thing. So you can imagine all the things that I'm writing down are not very good things, but it's on paper. The thing about people, or at least myself, that I've noticed is every time I make a mistake, I try to suppress it because I recognize it as something bad. I recognize it as something that shouldn't be done, something that isn't very well accepted. And so thus I don't want to share it. I don't want to share it with myself. I don't want to share it with others because everyone recognizes it bad. And it's something hard to admit to yourself. And so we suppress it. We put it in a place where we don't have to think about it. That's a key word. We don't have to think about it. And so that is our subconscious mind. When we don't consciously or don't choose to consciously think about something, it becomes subconscious. We put it back there. We put those mistakes and the feelings that we've had and the words that we heard in our head into our subconscious mind. Now we know our subconscious mind is what powers everything in our body that we don't think about. Our organs, our heart, our lungs, our liver, our intestines, our reproductive and our digestive and skeletal, and all those systems in our body that we don't even have to think about. That's what our subconscious mind does. So imagine what putting bad things into our subconscious mind does. No wonder people with addictions and people that continually make mistakes because they do it automatically. They put it on their subconscious mind, and their subconscious makes it automatic, where they do bad things because it's habit, and it's something that their subconscious mind controls. It's not conscious anymore because they don't choose it. It's not there. They didn't put it there. They're not consciously thinking about those things because they're not honest with themselves about it. And so, with our subconscious mind, we need to clean it out. In order to redo what we have done, we need to put it on paper, like I've been doing. That's just one way I figured out how to do it, is making those mistakes. I put it on paper, and I suddenly realize all these things that's happening to me, and my conscious brain realizes what's happening to me. That it realizes, oh, these things are hurting me. These things are damaging. And another great thing that the subconscious brain does is that once it recognizes something is bad, our metabolism, another system, kicks in and gets rid of the bad stuff. And so once our brain recognizes those things as bad stuff, then our subconscious kicks in and tries to get rid of it. So once we're honest with ourselves, it's quite amazing, because our conscious mind and our subconscious mind then work together to get rid of the bad stuff. We're not alone anymore. It helps us. It helps us to get rid of the bad so that we can put in the new. And our subconscious is like a stage. Only so much can fit on it at one time in the spotlight. And so when we get rid of the bad, it then makes room for the good. Think about filling our subconscious mind with good things, and subconsciously then doing good things. That we no longer have to think about doing good deeds for other people, to spend time with other people, to want to spend time with other people, because we then subconsciously do it. It's something that becomes subconscious or automatic. And so we need to get rid of the bad in order to put in the good. But once we put in the good, then it becomes something a lot easier. And sure, it takes work to keep it there, to get out the bad and put in the good, because we're it's not an easy thing to do, to always be in integrity with yourself. But integrity takes work as well. Integrity is not something that's just you up and are just decided to be honest with yourself today, but it's something that you have to get out and make an action about. And again, this is something that I'm trying to do in writing these things down after I make a mistake, is an action of integrity. When we make actions of integrity in trying to be honest with ourselves, then it works. Then we get the benefit that we want it to. And so our subconscious mind, though, again, is something that is so connected with our soul. Our desires, our ambitions, our deep talents, all those things, again, are automatic. Our soul is automatic. And so our subconscious has to control that. So imagine if we're putting bad things in our soul. Our soul is affected by the things that we put into it, or they choose to put into it. Subconscious or conscious, it's a choice that we put into those things or not. And we want our good things into our soul. And so with our subconscious controlling that, we want to be conscious about the things that are going to negatively affect it. And our integrity puts it there. And so really, to wrap it up, to make actions of integrity to dispel or get rid of those bad things in our subconscious mind allows us to then have the greater strength and the understanding to overcome those mistakes and overcome those challenges and trials that come. And honestly, I'll tell you, doing it once became so powerful to me. Making that mistake, I received a strength more than I had before, and it only took one time. And so hopefully you all learned something from that. I know I did, and I may be totally wrong in assuming all of these things, but it makes sense to me, and hopefully we can learn from each other. So of course, if you have other ideas, I'd love to hear your comments or opinions and things like that. But thank you for listening. This is Riker Smith again. This is December 17th, driving home, just in a place of revelation. Thanks for listening.